Hello YouTubers, and welcome to my opinion / review of the Jabra Elite Active 75T. I just got these babies and I have to say I'm really impressed with them. I also got the Soundcore Life A1 here. So these are the Life A1 right there. I'm sorry, I didn't even show you the Jabras, but they look the part. They look beautiful. So I got these two because I'm looking for a pair of earphones to run, and I thought, well, I should get some cheap stuff and whatever. So I got the Life A1. They're pretty cheap on Amazon. Good reviews and whatnot. So I got these. Tried them on. They fit really nice. They feel good. They got this rubberized kind of a ring here, so they attach really well to the ear. Well, not this one. They attach really well to the ear right there because it hooks just underneath your lobe there. So I'm really happy with these and whatever, but when I start playing music, they just don't sound too great. You know, of course, what do you expect? I mean, maybe I was expecting too much because I paid, what, £35 for this. With a voucher, they're usually like 45. But a lot of people out there are saying that they sound great and all that kind of stuff, so I gave them a try. I just wanted them for running, really, so I didn't want to spend too much money for something that I'm just gonna use for running. But before I made the decision to keep these, I ordered these, the Jabra. Lots of reviews of these things out there, and quite a bit of confusion because you got the 75Ts in the active and just the normal ones. The active give you extra water protection rating, so you could actually throw these in water for a while. Apparently the only difference between the 75Ts and the active 75Ts is just a coating. I don't know how that works, but I felt that for running I sweat a lot, you know, and then you just, you know, you just get wet and all that kind of stuff. I thought it was worthwhile getting the active ones. Now the active ones are considerably more expensive than the normal ones on Amazon, but I got these secondhand, like new, from the Amazon warehouse, so you might want to consider that. These have sold about, I don't know, they got like 12,000 reviews on Amazon, which is quite a lot. So there's quite a lot of this stuff on secondhand if you want to save some money. So I paid about £100 for these. So I was really excited, you know, for them to arrive. So they finally did. So as soon as you take them out the box, comparison with the Soundcore is that they feel a lot more premium. They feel a lot more premium than the Soundcore here. You know, looking at it, you can't really tell, but it just feels a lot more premium than the Soundcore. They don't have any rubber ring on there, or whatever. I keep using the wrong one. But they fit really nice and snug. Really cool. They both operate with a button, so a series of features there with a button, so it's a physical button. I like that. So yeah, you know, first impressions, the Jabra in comparison with the Anker Soundcore, they just feel a lot more premium, and the same thing goes with the casing. You know, like this case here for the Anker, it's a little bit bigger, and it just feels a little bit cheaper and stuff, as you would. You know, I'm not saying this like this is a big revelation, because these are a lot cheaper. I mean, the retail price for these is what, £170 or whatever. The Jabras, the Soundcores, is 45 or something. So bear that in mind when I'm talking. But the case, I was surprisingly pleased with the case for the Jabras, because it's for starters, it's really small. It's about the size of the AirPods Pro, maybe a little bit bigger, not too much bigger. And it just feels really nice, and it's got like a rubber ring around there. It's just, there's no wiggle. it feels really nice, and you can definitely put this in your pocket. Look, it just disappears inside my hand. This one isn't much bigger, but it's considerably bigger. It just feels like tacky in comparison. So, you know, when I test earphones or headphones, there's one main criteria. You know, of course, I like all the technical ability that the earphone or the headphone might have, like in terms of bass representation, the cymbals, how accurate the sound is, and how clear it is, and all that kind of stuff. But ultimately, to me, it boils down to, can I put them on and enjoy music? Not every pair of earphones, I can't say that about every pair of earphones that I've tried, regardless of price, really. Can I enjoy the sound on here? Yeah, I can, but will I listen to sound on here for like hours on end? Probably not. You know, it sounds tiny, it sounds it sounds cheap, really. You know, it sounds like the AirPods Pro. Maybe I'm being unfair with the AirPods Pro. The AirPods Pro are probably a little bit more detailed, but this has got more bass and more presence than the AirPods Pro, because the AirPods Pro just sound like crap. I don't know how Apple gets away with it. So I can listen to music on this, and it sounds pretty good if you have no reference. But once you start moving from one pair of earphones to another, you start realizing just how average the sound is on here. You know, you could argue it's okay for the price, but I had loads of expectations about the Jabras, because there's some mixed reviews out there. Some people love it, some people don't love it. The thing is, and they're talking like the bass is so heavy, and you know, I was too much bass and whatever. I didn't find that. I mean, I like bass, and I found that the bass on this was it's present, it's there, they're bassy, and that's a good thing. And the bass is actually very good for a pair of Bluetooth earphones, and the sound stage is pretty wide. You can hear instruments here and there. I would say like the highs are probably a little bit dry, so they don't, you know, when the cymbals don't hit quite so smoothly as as some other earphones and whatnot. But I found myself jamming, you know, put some music on, put some of my favorite tunes on, and I'm jamming, and then I forget about it. And that is the hallmark of a good sounding pair of earphones. So top marks for sound on this, you know, really top marks for sound on this. The quality, the build, they just feel like a premium product. I love this color as well. It's titanium and black. It looks pretty cool. So yeah, very impressed with these, you know. So I'm really looking forward to going for runs and things with them, because they're the active model. And of course, you could argue, like, you know, just if you're just going for runs and stuff, the sound on this is pretty good, and if you don't want to spend too much money, you'll be okay with this. But I figured that I won't be just running with these. I'll probably use them around the house and whatever, when I can't be bothered with the wires and whatever, because I love wires and I love amps and I love all that kind of stuff. But sometimes you just won't put it on. That's it. I mean, I've got some wireless full-size headphones, but when it's hot, you can't really use those. It's just too hot to be using those, and you can't certainly exercise with full-sized headphones, although I see a lot of people doing that somehow, but I can't. I just sweat too much. It's just uncomfortable. You know, the ears are supposed to help you cool down, so if you're going to cover them, that's one of the things that I don't really understand. But yeah, returning to the Jabras here, you know, they sound very good. They sound really good. Nice open sound. Everything's there. The highs are not harsh or anything. They're a bit dry, but they're not harsh. The bass is pretty cool on these. The vocals are really smooth as well. So really impressed with this. Again, this is the active model, so it's a little bit different from the normal model in that it's got some more protection against the water. So I sweat a lot, so I think it's a good idea. Now, I was considering the 85Ts, which were almost the same price, you know, but I don't know if this is explained to everyone, but the 85Ts, they have a different kind of a interface with your ear, right? Whereas these are like proper in-ear, so you have to push them in and they lock inside your ear. I like that. I'm used to that. A lot of people find it uncomfortable. The 85Ts are more like the AirPods Pro, so they just sit at the entrance of your ear without actually going into your ear. So something to bear in mind, because if you're looking to practice sports and whatever, this is really the model you want, the 75T, not the 85T. These have got 6mm drivers on there. I thought initially, yeah, that's pretty small, but then it occurred to me the IE800s, we call these Sennheiser's IE800s, have got like 7mm drivers, and they cost almost £1,000. So driver size isn't everything, but the 85Ts have got like a 12mm driver. So I guess, you know, it is what it is, and I've heard that the 85Ts sound better than the 75Ts, which is this one. But for me, I'm really happy with these. Really happy with these. You know, I was just jamming, as I said. You know, as soon as you put the pair of headphones in, you let it play, and if 20 minutes after you're just like, yeah, I like this, then they sound good. If that doesn't happen, no matter, you could describe the sound in technical terms and whatever, but it's whether you like it or not at the end of the day. And I like the sound on these a lot. Another plus is that these have got like active noise cancellation, and it works pretty well. And the app to adjust it, to personalize it, is pretty cool. The app is pretty cool on this as well. It's got a series of features on there. It allows you to adjust the sound to your ears and things like that. You know, so I'm really pleased with what Jabra have done here. I mean, do they sound as good as my 087s? No, don't be silly. You know, do they sound as good as my 087s played through my Wi-Fi hip DAC? No, there's no way. You know, it just doesn't happen. You know, these are Bluetooth earphones. You know, so if your main criteria is sound quality and resolution and all that kind of stuff, just keep away from Bluetooth altogether, I would say. But for what it is, they are amazing. I'm really pleased with these. So if you're on a budget, I would still recommend these. They sound decent. They sound better than the AirPods Pro, I say again, which is incredible. They fit really nice and snug. The case is pretty small and whatever. So if you're looking for just a pair of workout and you're not too bothered about musicality and whatever, these are good budget. The Soundcore Life A1 are a good budget pair of earphones. If you want something better, I would recommend the 75Ts, especially the active one, because of the added water protection. These sound amazing. They feel good. The case is brilliant. The case is just brilliant. You know, and yeah, really impressed with these. I did a lot of research out there, and I finally said, yeah, I'm gonna order these, and I'm happy I did. So check out Amazon. If you don't want to splash 160 quid for some of these, you can get them a lot cheaper from Amazon warehouse, which is what I've done. So yeah, total recommendation. Thank you very much for watching, and I see you around.